The next data set we're going to look at is data concerning the prices that homes sold for in Southern Pines between January and May of 2020. Our question asks us, which measure of central tendency best represents the data? Find that measure of central tendency. I'm going to argue that the best measure of center to use for this data is the median, or the middle value. Let me explain. When you look at these prices, do you see any prices that are exactly the same? I do not see a copy of any of the prices. So we wouldn't use the mode, which is most often, because there's not a data value that's used most often. Now let's compare the median and the mean. To find the median, we need to order our list of the home prices. So let me try to find the one that sold for the least amount of money. So I think that's this $131,000. All right, after that, I'd say it's the $150,000 home. After that, I think it's the $161,000, yes. All right, after that, okay, I don't see any more of the 100, so I'm gonna go into the 200, so I see this $248,000 home. Okay, in the 200s, I think this $265,000 home is next. Then, let's see, $273,000. Oh, $285,000, that one already showed up. And then $372,000. And then finally, the one house that sold for the most money sold for $13,750,000. Wow. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put a check at the top and a check at the bottom, a check at the top, a check at the bottom until we reach the middle value. Check at the top, check at the bottom, and we have reached the middle. So that value represents the median house price. Let's compare this to the mean. To find the mean, you take all the values, you add them together, and then you divide by 9 because there were 9 house prices listed. And that gives you 15,635,000. You divide that by 9, and you get a mean of $1,737,222.22. So the reason why I think the median is the best measure of central tendency for this data set is that I don't think that's almost $2 million. I don't think that's a good description of these prices. Think about it. 1,737,000 is more than almost all of the home prices listed. So to call that a measure of center, that's confusing. I mean, if you weren't someone who was from around this area, you would say, oh my goodness, the mean price of a house is almost $2 million? That's insane. So I think this is a better description of the measure of center. The thing I want you to notice here is that the mean is greatly affected by outliers. So if you have an outlier like $13 million for a home, you don't want to use the mean for your measure of central tendency. You want to use the median or the mode. Let's go ahead and look at some more simple examples, and we're going to practice our steps. So step 1, it says, order the values from least to greatest. So let's go ahead and record the 3, I see 3 ones. 1, 1, 1. We're ordering from least to greatest. So after the 1 would be the 5. Then I see a 6, and then the 7, and then the 8. And then I see a 9. And it looks like I missed a 7. So I'm going to stick that in right here. So then number 2 says, underline a number on the left and then a number on the right, alternating until you reach the middle number. So I underline a number on the left, I underline a number on the right. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And there's our center number, the 6. If you end up with 2 middle numbers, okay, we don't have to worry about this because we only ended up with 1 number, and the median is 6. Our next set of values is an even set of values. First, we order the values from least to greatest. So we start with the 2, then the 3, then the 7, then there's another 7, then the 8, and finally the 9. Underline a number on the left and then a number on the right, alternating until you reach the middle. Left, right, left, right. And now I'm realizing that I have 2 numbers in the middle. The reason that this happened is because it was an even set of data. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. Anytime you have an even set of numbers, meaning the number ends in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0, then you're going to have this situation where you have 2 numbers in the middle. If you end up with 2 middle numbers, add the 2 numbers together and then divide by 2. So we add the 7 and the 7 and divide by 2. 7 and 7 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And really what we're doing here, if we're adding the 2 numbers together, that's a sum. We're dividing by 2, that's the total number of numbers that we added together. We're really finding the mean of the middle 2 numbers. And we come up with our center at 7.